With the regular season wrapping up, this coming playoffs will bring plenty of fire, from unpredictable upsets, unexpected teams making deep runs, two of the best teams all season. Many have been sold on for a potential finals matchup, the best record 60+ win Boston Celtics alongside the defending world champions Denver Nuggets. Having the most loaded roster against the team with the game's best player should make a compelling finals. But without getting ahead of ourselves, a bunch of teams were supposed to be in the championship conversation, but based on what we've seen, something's just missing. Their flaw, too much to overcome. Many simply don't got a good feeling about those squads who constantly gets the contender treatment, having a season being viewed as championship or bust. Once these teams get eliminated, the backlash, criticism, and absolute travesties will be in full effect. Starting with the Phoenix Suns, one of the weirdest rides for another dramatic Kevin Durant season. Ever since leaving Golden State, you're just never fully sure what one can expect without drama and noise. We're talking about a team turned swinging for the fences, constructing another big three when we thought the league officially done with super teams, but in reality, Bradley Beal being super injury prone have taken a massive step back, no longer his 30-point self from 2021. Before the start of regular season game number 1, Beal already hurt his back, hasn't played more than 60 games since the 2019 season, missed first 7 contests. Given the injury history, Durant, to his credit, has surpassed the 70-game mark. Nurkic played every game so far. Before the start of this season, many believed this squad, despite its lack of talent, with the big three alone, should be competing for the number 1 seed. 27 in shot attempts, only the awful Grizzlies, Pistons, Blazers, and Jazz averaging more turnovers per game, blowing many leads. But given their talent, can beat anybody on any given night. KD and both masters getting to their spots, but the 35-year-old playing the most minutes on the team, second most Grayson Allen. Excellent regular season outside shooter, but not so great in the past, basically ended Milwaukee's season. The depth absolutely atrocious. Eric Gordon, not that great in the playoffs. Frank Vogel giving Suns fans similar vibes to his last 2 seasons with the Lakers. Weird lineup choices, failing to run any offensive play not named Book, Beal, or Durant. Super predictable basketball, leading to double teams and constant turnovers. This is a team that can possibly get eliminated in the actual play-in if not careful, or even go all the way to the conference finals, maybe the NBA finals. Perhaps challenge Denver to a high regard, being over-reliant on individual play, no true floor general. When the turnovers get ugly, when either Book or KD gets cold, big trouble, especially the last 2 postseasons with Durant struggling with big fours. It's absolutely championship or bust. Running it back would be too complicated. Durant making over 50 mil next 2 seasons. Bradley Beal, who never seems to heal. Don't even look at his contract. Grayson Allen will be unaffordable, being lights out from 3 all season. Expensive Nurkic having limitations as a defender. If he struggles this coming playoffs, the franchise will be in a rude awakening. Barely any young promising guys on the roster. KD could find himself unhappy again, waiting for his next destination. Heading into his twilight years, Booker's feelings will truly be tested, but a miraculous championship will cure everything 2024. Highly doubtful in my book.
Suns, are they going to figure it out?
No, they're not going to figure it out.
What does that mean?
Well, they're not. They don't have any mental toughness. The leaders are not leading. So, you're not going to turn it on this late in the season. So, I'm not sure what you're expecting, but they're mental toughness, they're weak mentally, and it's not going to go good for them.
The Milwaukee Bucks, from high title hope aspirations, franchise absolutely panicked about Giannis, made his statements public. Front office doing everything to please their superstar. Overall, Dame Lillard has been an absolute disappointment. Atrocious perimeter defense, the addition of Patrick Beverley, team been ball watching, defense still sleeping heavily. No longer having Drew, with Giannis somehow the only reliable, consistent offensive threat, Lillard either goes bananas, drops 40, or goes 4 of 18 way too many times. When he has those bad shooting nights, it's also with a combination of awful defense, a double negative. At least Drew will always be great on the other side of the ball. In the well-versed modern NBA, Milwaukee's one-dimensional defense absolutely doesn't cut it. Giannis and Brook monsters down low, but can't protect the perimeter. With the absence of a banged-up regressed Chris Middleton, with new personnel, Doc, who activated his early Rivers King of 3-1 shivers, losing massive blown leads over and over, never making changes to his approach, already lost more than Adrian Griffin. Doc simply has nobody else to throw under the bus now, stinking it to tanking teams, everybody including myself, who criticized Coach Bud after last season's playoff loss. Many Bucks fans wishing he was back, at least brought stability and a defensive identity. Excellent regular season coach, leading to multiple #1 seeds, but now with Adrian Rivers struggling to win 50 games, the one guy who could have helped them, Nick Nurse as a head coach. Anything short of a competitive 7-game conference finals with Boston could result in a massive blow-up. Giannis now in the middle of his prime, not getting any younger either, becoming more impatient, a first or second round exit, there's absolutely no coming back from that type of disaster. From Holiday being Giannis' second option the previous 2 seasons, taking the 2022 Celtics to 7, then posting the best regular season record last season, to now Drew being the 5th leading scorer with Boston, having many weapons, Chris Middleton simply doesn't cut it from his awful contract, never being available, having the slowest recovery time every injury he's faced. Lucky he doesn't get as much flack as Klay Thompson. His value tanks so hard, if Giannis leaves, Chris becomes a salary dump, which would require sending picks out. From the month of March, Malik Beasley shot just 35%, the most one-dimensional player on the team, under 32 from 3, provides literally no value outside of shooting. The front office and the team, more focused on pleasing Giannis, being yes men to their superstar. Now with the many losses, resulting in a disorganized franchise, too much personality conflicts amongst the players, Coach Rivers, Giannis, Thanasis, and the hedge fund billionaire. A hobble superstar who's been balling out all season will be asked to do the impossible given the mess of this team situation. With teams like New York being super banged up, no Julius Randle for the playoffs, Milwaukee still likely reaches the conference finals. Boston would be the heavy favorites though. There's still a small chance Dame and Giannis can both go insane and play their absolute best if they make it to late May and June, but wishful thinking with second round exit shivers given the keys to activate Blown Leads University. The Los Angeles Clippers, nothing more than a roller coaster going 1,000 miles an hour, followed by taking breaks going through the motions. Having all the talent and potential to contend, knowing how Kawhi can ball out in the postseason when he's in the zone, literally looks like a top 3 player and become the best guy in any given series. The James Harden experiment feels like 2 years of uncertainty. Given the streaky results, if they play like how they did over the last 3 weeks, it's a first round exit to Luka. But if the Clippers of December and January comes around, they could become champions. Having a group of 50 NBA bettors, half might take the Clippers to get bounced first round, 25% would take them to win it all, seeing the odds not in their favor, their stars being on their last legs, swinging for the fences, trading for a disgruntled former MVP who's had his body language mood swings, gave up a bunch of role players and picks. At one point in time, these Clippers even outpaced the Celtics in win percentage for nearly half the regular season games. The energetic Westbrook adapted coming off the bench, Harden even making Kawhi laugh a bit on their best days, but the weird vibes without Russ, team went 6-6. Given the passive personalities of Harden, Leonard, and George, not self-motivated at all times, Russ literally the motivator, brings in contagious energy the team needs. Ty Lue also doesn't seem to know what the team's identity is. What's the confidence like? Losing most of their games post All-Star break to winning teams, are they going to be the team to knock off the Nuggets in the West and make the finals, very capable of beating Boston? Or they're just a preview version of the 2014 Nets with D, Will, Joe Johnson, Pierce, and Garnett? A small combination of injuries to their guys, even Zubac when he was out, forced Ty Lue to play PJ Tucker, Plumlee, and Bones Highland, ruined the nice flow. The 4 old big namers lack fresh legs, bad transition defensive team, exposing their age. It's looking more and more like a Dallas Clippers first round series, one that could possibly go 7 games. If Kawhi played like his former playoff self, they could absolutely beat Dallas. But with Leonard struggling as of late, Luka and Kyrie can run them out the gym. Team having no proper power forward, the wings wearing down, I'ma predict this season ends super ugly for LAC. It'll be a matter of time when playoff Harden and the results result show itself. Popular teams like the Lakers and Warriors gotta focus on trying to make it out the play-in. One of them likely getting eliminated before the real playoffs. Lakers can either get bounced in the play-in or somehow avoid the Nuggets till the conference finals, make it all the way that far. Every other team in the West for them super beatable besides the defending champions. Realistically, any team in the West to make the finals not named Jokic on it will be very surprising. Same goes to anyone outside of Boston in the East. And yes, I did not mention the Miami Heat. I'm counting them out this season. A healthy Celtics, way too good to not make the NBA Finals.